This is season 3 of Video Game Store Owners. I'm your host, Johnny. And right here next to me, we have Gio, the owner of Into the Retroverse, man.
Thank you, bro.
Welcome to the pod, bro. First of all, let's start off, man. How old are you, bro?
I'm 32. 33 in about 2 months.
No way, man. Oh, nice. I ask everyone, before you pulled the trigger and decided to obviously go with Into the Retroverse as your name, did you have another name in mind for the store?
So,
Like Gio's Collectibles?
it was something real basic like that Geo Shop because I didn't have the creativity. The creativity would probably be Juan. Juan was the one that came up with the name. He's the one that...
Juan?
Yeah, Juan he's the one that came up with it. He gets all the credit on the name for sure. Me, I do not have a creative bone in my body. He does.
I see. Is he related to you?
No, we're just friends. We're
No
good
way.
friends, yeah.
For how long?
Probably I want to say 5 years now.
5 years?
Yeah, probably. I would say probably right around, right before the pandemic, maybe.
Mm.
Because there's that, when you're really cool friends, and then
Yeah.
there's that, like, oh, I see you around, but you're like, I don't even know his name, kind of status. So I would say we probably became a lot better friends around like 2019.
Oh, no way.
He says sometimes he was like, oh, I saw you at the Swami. I went to your booth. But we didn't really talk.
Oh, you had a booth?
Yeah. Before
No
I opened
way.
the store, I would sell at the Swamis.
No way. I saw one on my way up here.
Bel Air.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Nah, well, you already know with everything that's gone down this year,
Mhm.
a lot of Swamis took a lot of hits. A lot of them with ice
Yeah.
and everything in California.
Yeah.
It used to be really good. I won't say it's not good, but it's dropped off, is how I would say. Enough that I realized I had to walk away.
Oh,
Yeah, it
okay.
was almost at 10 years there.
Oh, wow. And how long has this store been open for?
We hit 2 years in September.
Oh, no way. So it's fairly new.
Yeah, it's still fairly new.
Wow, dude. And what made you decide to, pull the trigger on, like, hey, you know what, it's time for me to open up a store?
I mean, I think everybody knows these last few years, economy-wise, wasn't the greatest, especially after, the pandemic kind of ended.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you just got to read the writing on the wall. You kind of realize, all right, you're doing good. You're doing all right, but you can see things are trending down. You can either stick with the sinking ship and then try and figure out how to float, or you take the opportunities that come your way. And in this case, I was sent like links of store locations, and this one was one of them that I thought, you know what, let's go for it. It's an opportunity, and I could either try and force it to work at Swami, even though I can see it's going downhill now, or I can take the risk and just bet on me, and Juan is there to help me out. We bet on ourselves, and we take that next step. And we did it. We decided to take the step instead.
Wow. And most of the inventory that's in here now, how much money would you say, like, roughly did you spend to open up the store?
I'll be straight with this. Like, a lot of people, at least in terms of stores,
Yeah.
there's a pretty big misconception where a lot of people, and I speak from experience, a lot of people think, man, you need to at least have like a good 20, 30, 40K, even sometimes 10K ready for a store.
To drop.
Yeah. Look, the most expensive thing when it comes to a store is obviously going to be starting off. You got to put your first month down and your last month down. Every location is different. Some they all have their own rules. Your security deposit, that stuff is going to run you. But realistically in merchandise, if you at least have 1 or 2K for merch, you might think, "Oh, that's a lot." It's not that much, but as long as there's merch and you're gonna hustle and promote, people will show. People will show. So if you were to tell me, how much do you think you need for at least merchandise? Personally, anywhere from 1 to 3K. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to still post on offer up Facebook, you know what? Be real cool, dude.
Yeah.
People will come to support because you will get customers that'll walk in. Everybody likes the small store trying to grow up, to get bigger. You will have customers who'll be like, you know what? I'm aware this is worth $100. Give me 30, because I'm in a position where I can take the hit, but if it'll help you out, cool. And a lot of customers also do that with the mentality. You know what? I show you the love now, you'll show me the love later. So as long as you have, and again, anyone who looks at the store,
Yeah.
when they first opened, we did not have much displays. We didn't have all these cabinets. We were pretty bare bones. So if you have to get on Facebook or a garage sale and buy just 5 tables, you know what? Make it work. You put 5 tables, you put the merch, customers will understand. Customers will not walk in if you're a new business and go like, oh, look at how poor you are. No, they're going to be like, this dude is trying.
Yeah.
Or she's trying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Respect. I want to support that.
For
you know?
sure. For
we
sure.
didn't even have a cash register when we first opened. We used a little bag.
No way.
Yeah, we had a little bag that we used that, and we were very paranoid. But majority of customers will respect the hustle because they're gonna be like,
no
they're
glass
just trying
display
to
cases.
we got them used.
No, but I'm saying when you started,
We had, I think, 2 glass displays, and that's because we got them used. Like, another store was like, just give me $50. We're like, we need to at least have something to put our expensive stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. Humble beginnings for sure.
Absolutely, bro. We all start from the bottom.
Yeah, of course, man. So how much inventory did you start with, like money-wise, like 1,500 when you opened up into the Retroverse?
So, take into account, I did at least have the Swap Me booth, so I at least had some of that. But in terms of, like, adding new merchandise... And just don't get me wrong, I didn't have crazy amount of Swamp Me merchandise either, you know? At least I go out, probably had like about 2K saved up.
Wow,
And
that's a really good amount. Because now looking at it now, like you have a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah,
we've been.
a lot of
I'll
stuff.
say this: we've been blessed. We have very much been blessed.
Yeah. And prior to selling at the Swami, what got you started? Like what inspired you to like start vending and reselling and all that good stuff?
When like anyone else, if you watch this, we all have regular jobs. I worked at a warehouse. I worked at a furniture warehouse, just pretty much, you know, checking the furniture, loading up into trucks, no different than anybody else. And then I realized pretty quickly that, look, it's not always going to be enough. Like, you can go for the overtime, but it's not going to be the same. So I always like the buying, selling, and trading aspect of business in general. So a lot of the guys in the warehouse, I'd just be like, yo, what kind of stuff are you, like, trying to find? And a lot of them would be like, I'm trying to look for a PS3, or I'm trying to get a PS4. All right, you know what? Let me see if I can get you one. And literally, offer up. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever you name it.
Flipped it?
Yeah. There you would just go, and then with time, you kind of start making a lot more extra money, and you're like, damn, dude, I just got to go meet some random guy off, you know, the freeway, give him $30 for his PS3 because he needs quick cash.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and let the guy who asked hit you up, hey, dude, give me $60. And they'll be like, oh, hell yeah, that's still cheaper than whatever they're at stores at the time, you know?
Yeah.
And there, that's an extra 30 in your pocket.
Yeah, for sure. Do you still sell currently on OfferUp, Facebook?
So we still do posts on OfferUp. We still post on... Hey, man.
Craigslist?
No, Craigslist we don't. I don't even know if Craigslist is still going.
Yeah, I think it is.
We still do OfferUp. We still do Facebook Marketplace. What I'll sometimes do is I'll send messages to random people on Facebook. Not like their personal stories, but if they're selling something.
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, like, hey, just letting you know, we're a store within the valley.
Yeah.
In the Inland Empire, I'm sorry. And this is our trade percentages in case you're ever looking to trade. If not, totally understand. Just letting you know we are a physical location that exists. Because some customers have come in. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and we still do post. We still do post on Facebook. We still post because we're trying to bring people in.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest hooks is your guys doing the videos, bro.
Yeah.
Those are funny.
Our videos have been very.
Yeah, they're funny.
They're a lot of people are like, yeah, they're funny, and I'm just like, I don't really rewatch our videos that much, because I'm just like, damn, dude, they look cheesy.
They're funny though.
Yeah,
I think they're funny. They're funny. I think the one is like, you get a discount if you're like handsome, right? And the guy just kind of like, I don't get a discount, like, bro, you're ugly, you know? Like, I guess that was like the joke, right?
Yeah,
it's funny.
That's why, like I said, it's different when your friends and family tell you, like, oh, they're so funny, and I'm like, stop lying. Your family, your friends, you're just trying to be nice. But when a random stranger actually tells you, like, yo, I like your videos, I'm like, oh, I guess they are kind of cool. Because then I hear from other people go, yeah, they're so, not our videos, but other people, they're so cringy and cheesy. And I'm like, I like cheesy, but like, are they going to think that about us?
And into the Retroverse, what's been your biggest one customer who made the biggest purchase, bro? Like,
the biggest purchase.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think right now.
Because you also do conventions, right? For those that don't know, you do conventions too.
Mm-hmm. In the store, nothing. I wouldn't say it was anything crazy. How much? Handle it yourself, bro. Just take care of it. You take care of it. Yeah. Biggest purchase wise, probably like about 1,500 to 2K, like, because they would bring me product, and anything that's like a lot higher than that. Sometimes I'll tell them, like, if you want, I'll go to you or anything like that, because I don't also carry like crazy cash like that in here. And some of them are like, oh, I don't have Zelle or anything like that. So I'm like, all right, well, you're gonna have to wait, and I'll go to you. But in store purchase wise would probably be like about 1,500 to 2K.
That you bought.
Yeah, off one person.
Oh, gotcha. No, I mean, saying like when someone comes in here and spends money.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The biggest purchase someone has made.
Okay, the biggest purchase would probably be like about $3,000.
$3,000.
Yeah, like about $3,000.
And what was that? Like video games, cards?
Combination of everything, you
No
know.
way.
Well, we do get a lot of people where they'll just say, "I'm just trying to send this back to Mexico." So we get a lot of those where they're like, "I'm gonna buy a Super Nintendo, a GameCube. I need to get games." And then
crazy.
when you're at it, you're like, "You know what? How much is that plushie? You throw that in." And then they kind of just get into a
Impulsive buying?
They're impulsive. And you're just like, I'm not gonna say anything now. I'm gonna go from.
I'm gonna start bagging stuff, huh?
You're just like, all right, you know what? Just keep my mouth shut. Just start adding, and then
crazy.
when you tell them, oh, it'll be this much, they're like, they'll have that moment where they're kind of like, what am I buying?
Yeah.
And then you just look at them, they look at you, and they're like, all right, beep. And you're like, oh my god, thank you.
it just run the card, huh?
Yeah, like, come on, do this.
Is there like any regrets that you have at this location that maybe you thought you would probably open up the store if you could again elsewhere?
Do you? I mean,
or do you actually like this spot?
So it's worked out, but like
love hate
in the beginning. Anyone who opens a store, and look, it doesn't matter if you have a video game store, a jewelry shop, clothes, a freaking liquor store. Theft is always going to be part of the game. That's just the reality of it, you know. And when I signed up here, one of the ways they got me to sign on was the security literally office is right up above you guys. So I was like, well,
security guards.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was just like, well, I mean, it can't get that much better. Like literally, if I have to get a broom and like y'all better get down here right now. I mean, someone's attacking me. That that didn't work out the way I thought it would. So that's our main complaint where we got hit. We got robbed twice not at gunpoint. That was the third time. We got hit twice at night when they broke in and they stole a bunch of our stuff. And then the third time, which was
what was the second time?
So both the robberies happened within a month.
When you guys weren't here.
Yeah, when we weren't here. Holiday season.
Oh man, dude. How much did you take an L for?
About since mind you, we opened in September, we got broken into November.
Oh,
so
a month in?
About 2 months in.
Oh,
about 2 months
dude.
in. And
did that discourage you a lot, bro?
Well, yeah. I mean, for anybody who's ever been, robbed or victim of anything like that, it sucks. It makes you just go like,
you know what? You didn't have a point where you were like, you know what, dude, I'm just gonna close it. It's not even worth it, or you were like, you decided to push through.
That's part of the game. I'm a firm believer of when you make a decision. If you're gonna bet on yourself, it's not gonna come without risk, without fails.
That's true.
And you're gonna be given that choice.
Yeah.
Do I push on forward and just say, you know what, it's part of life. I gotta just learn from it and go on forward, or do you say, you know what, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna close up shop, and it's not a right or wrong answer. You're gonna do what you feel is best.
Yeah.
In my case, and I was literally told this by the management when they were like, we thought you guys were gonna close up shop. We were ready for you guys to literally just call it quits and walk away. In my mind, I was like, y'all don't know me. I dug in more. I just said, no, it's cool. You know what? We're going to take the hits. We got to keep on. We just got to learn and do our best and just keep on moving forward.
And the gunpoint one, that was the third time?
That was the third time. So as of right now, our third and hopefully so far, last time. Yeah.
Wow. He just came in here with a gun, or how did it happen,
bro? We haven't put. Funny enough, we are on the news. I got us on the news. Yeah,
bro.
Got us on Telemundo.
There you go, bro. You're on Telemundo, bro.
I was like, I'm trying to get us on Lo Tienes a Ver para creer. Or Primer Impacto.
Primer Impacto, bro. Se me ocurrió así, huh? Dude.
We were on ABC, KTLA 9, KCAL 9. I got us on I was pissed, dude. I was really pissed.
Wow.
But the thing is, neither me or Juan were there when that happened. I was at the Indio swamp meet selling because
both of you were not here.
Juan had called it early. He left early that day. I went to go sell at the swamp meet. So it was my brother. My brother was here because I paid my brother. My brother was here along with another worker. Younger.
Okay.
They were here. And yeah, like anybody who sees the video, because we have it on our Instagram page. Basically, it was around, if I had to say 7 p.m., we closed at 8. So an hour before closing, they were just right there playing cards, just chilling. The setup was a lot different back then. Guy walked right behind the counter and started grabbing stuff. And that's when they started fighting. They fought back. And literally, if you look at the video, my brother suplexed the guy. Straight like WWE status. Suplexed the guy. And I guess when the guy realized, oh, crap, that's when he pulled out the gun.
Oh,
pulled out the gun and pointed it to everybody, and that's when, they all backed down, obviously.
Of course.
And they all laid down. Yeah, they all laid down while he grabbed whatever he could of the cards, because he came only for Pokemon cards. That's what he
That's
stole.
crazy.
Pokemon cards.
Did they ever catch the guy?
Nah, they never got him.
Oh, dude, that's whack.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
happens, you know?
Hey, man, at least nothing happened to your brother, dude.
And that's the thing, you know.
fortunate, man.
When I got that phone call, like
Yeah.
anybody else, you know,
Yeah, bro, of
I
course.
was extremely heated. You know, I was extreme. How could I not? I had to
Yeah,
see my
bro,
own
so-
brother
yeah.
being held at gunpoint. You know, and this is my store at the end of the day. This is my dream, and to see that I could potentially lose my best friend.
Yeah, of course.
You know, my only brother for me. Nah, dude, no one's ever gonna be happy to see that.
Yeah, of course,
Mm-hmm.
man. So in those 3 times of you know, being robbed, like how much would you say you took an L for? The
I'd at least
loss?
say 10K.
Wow.
Yeah, which take into account again. So from the first 2 robberies, this is 2 months after we opened, and then the last robbery, this is about 7 months after we opened. So you're talking within 7 months, we probably lost about 10K.
Wow, dude. Man, dude, that's a big punch, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Man, yeah, I can't even imagine being robbed. I mean, you know, like, I'm sure, like you said, I do believe that's a part of the game. You know, even when you vent, have you ever got robbed at like conventions, stuff like that? Your stuff goes missing.
No, and again, yeah, I've had stuff stolen. You know, recently was it SoCal? I think it was SoCal Gaming. You know, someone stole a $1,500 system. They were able to get to us. And again, though, it all just comes down to look. It's part of the game. At the end of the day, yes, a lot of people can say, "Oh, well, why did you have your display set up like that? Or why did you have your setup like that? You're making it easier." But it's a risk reward, how I see it. A lot of customers, at least in my opinion, when they hold that card or that video game or whatever you want, or that plushie in their hands, they can already envision themselves walking away with it. In terms of buying it, they already have it in their hands. They're like, I've been looking for this for how long, and it's finally
it's
here.
right here. Yeah.
All I gotta do is just pull out my card or cash,
Yeah.
and this that I've been wanting for X amount of time will finally be mine. Now the other way around it is sometimes customers, if they see things behind a glass case, they're like, nah, it's cool, I'll walk away, because they don't have it in their hands. Once they have it in their hands, it's a lot harder to say, nah. And
I'll pass.
Yeah. Or they'll be too shy to ask.
What's the first item when you opened up your store? What was the first item you sold, bro? What was it?
Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy plushie.
How much was that?
$15.
Was that your first sale?
It was our and funny
Were
enough,
you excited or what?
it was the security guard that was supposed to be protecting us.
Oh.
He was our very first customer.
That's cool.
He came down and he bought it, and he was like, how much? 15. And he was like, all right, I'll buy. He called, I guess, his girl back home, was like, oh, let me show the kids. And I guess he FaceTimed, and they were like, Springtrap. And yeah, they bought it, and I was like,
Wow.
oh my God, they bought it.
Your first sale, huh?
Yep.
Oh man, that's so cool. And prior to reselling at the swap meet and opening up the store, what do you think triggered that and inspired you to like wanting to do it? Was it the money, just being involved in the community, or what? What do you feel it was?
In terms of like the store, or just selling at
Just
the
in
swap meet?
general, just flipping video games, cards, or
Video games is a very, how do I say, it's a pretty set market in the sense of when Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, whenever they release a new console, you don't have to think, oh, they're going to bust something out new next year or within the next 6 months. No, it's, you know full well, all right, it's going to be about 5 to 10 years before they bust out a new console. So that means you can buy a Nintendo Switch, and that's going to be, people are going to be looking for it for the next 3 to 5, 10 years, you know? It has a good sustainability as well. And that's just how it's out. Because when I first started, I tried TVs. That was a terrible idea. I did not realize how quickly TVs upgraded. And, the new ones were out already.
wow.
And learning experience. But I noticed with video games, you know what? When PS3 busted out, when Sony busted out their PlayStations, the PS3 had like a 10-year life cycle. The PS4 had like an 8-year life cycle. So it's long life cycles that you can go, I'm going to buy it, and 4 or 5 years from now it can pass, and I can still flip it. I'll make some nice little feria.
That's cool. That's cool, man. What's obviously outside of being raw, what's been your biggest regret at this location, man? Bigger? You wish you got something bigger?
Trying to think on that one. Like, what's the biggest regret I've had at this location?
Yeah.
I guess the only, and just the security, I guess you could say, from this location, just not upgrading our security, because if we'd known that we were going to get hit 2 months after we opened, we would have beefed up our security a lot better. We would have not put our hope into the security guards we thought were going to look out for us. So we probably would have just put a better security system, you could say, at the time.
Like cameras and all that.
Well, we had cameras, but cameras don't stop thieves.
That's true.
Like,
That's
cameras
true.
don't. It was just more like the way we boarded up, the way we've
It wasn't boarded up.
It wasn't boarded up. Yeah. We couldn't afford it. We couldn't
Yeah,
afford
2
it.
months in, and and
We
then
didn't
you get
think,
robbed.
yeah.
And then, yeah.
So, the
That
boarding
makes
up,
a lot of sense.
even the setup. Like knowing how to do a proper setup where you don't think, okay, this is gonna minimize, getting broken into, because setup plays a very big factor. If someone has to think, okay, I gotta come. Our mentality at the time was, all right, is someone really gonna want to come all the way to the back to grab the item and then run to the door? Like, no, you don't think.
Oh, the layout was different.
And we've changed out the layout multiple times until we figured, like, now in terms of the layout, if you're more closer to the door where you can keep a lookout on them, that's when they're kind of like
hesitant.
Yeah, they're like, damn, he's within range. He's within a punching range that if I make a run,
I'm gonna get a left hook.
I'm gonna get a look, or at least get grabbed by the sweater.
By the hood,
yeah.
Huh?
So it makes a huge difference. So that's one of our regrets. That it's a learning experience. You kind of go as you learn.
100%. And I know you rent a lot of these cabinets. Is there a waiting list for somebody to want to rent and vend here? Or
here's the
how
thing.
Does that work?
It just depends. I've had people sometimes. Once I'm at capacity, I say, if someone reaches out to me, no worries. I'm like, yo, right now we're at capacity. We don't have more room, and we will try our best to make room. But at the same time, it has to be well within reason. We can't say, all right, I'm gonna build you a shelf right here where you're gonna be a lot hidden. Like, nah, I don't want to waste your time. So we have, and a few of these other cats in here have said, look, I want to have 2 cabinets now. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. You got to make I'll let you put stuff on top or on the very bottom if you want, or you're just gonna have to make it work. I'm like, it's not that I don't want to give you any more space. It's just that genuinely we have no more room. Like, so I have no problem though recommending them to other shops. I'll be like, hey, Eric from Games for Us, I believe he's looking into the cabinet thing. Here's his info. He's a cool dude. Definitely go talk to him. Yeah. And hopefully, I was like, Eric will look out for you. He'll take care of you. He'll do the best for you.
Yeah.
He's like, obviously he's not as good as us. No disrespect. But we're number 1 as far as I'm concerned. But he'll still do
number
right.
Number 1 in San Bernardino?
I would say, yes, number 1 in the Inland Empire for now.
Oh, okay. Right on. Right. Who else is out here?
Now in terms of video games or trading cards, you have a lot of options. You really do. If you're trying to keep it video games, there's obviously us. There's Games for Us in Rialto.
Yeah.
There's Pixel Vault in Ontario. There's M&M Gaming in Upland. There's, I think, is it Board Game Shop? I forgot exactly.
Wow.
He's in Riverside. You've got I Got Games in Ukaipa.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. No. There's a lot.
So that being said, what do you think separates you from your competition? What makes it better? Your customer. I feel like you have really good customer service, bro.
Absolutely. No, I already know but it's not just about customer service. You gotta. As far as I'm concerned, no. Everybody has great inventory as far as I'm concerned. There's gonna be people who have better inventory, yeah, but not every customer walks in wanting to do, hey, I want to drop $300 on a Mario Kart today, on a boxed Mario Kart. A lot of them want to say, dude, I just want Mario Kart, just the game. I don't want a box. I don't want the manual. I don't want all the fancy stuff. You don't want the
CIB.
Yeah, I don't want that. I just want the game. You just want
to put it in and play it. That's it.
I would say besides our customer service, but I do also believe majority of stores have at least a general, all right, customer service. I do 100% believe our trade-ins is what separates us. Majority of stores, and this is no disrespect towards them. They operate under the 50 to 80%. Your stuff is going to get devalued when you do a trade-in. I do not think like that. I believe I keep ours to 90 to 100% trade-in value. And I believe that makes a huge difference when you're saying, hey, I'm looking to trade. Cash is a different story. Yeah. But if you're walking in and saying, so you're not automatically devaluing my stuff as soon as I walk in the door. No, you're saying, all right, my stuff is still at the same value as your stuff. And I think that plays a very big factor because as soon as you walk in the door...
hey, you know what? They're going to give you more.
In money, trade, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, cash is a different story. That's where I have to do it. But at least in trade, I'll say, if your card, assuming if your game is in good condition, and the going rate at the moment is like 30, I got no problem. In trade, I'll give you the 30. I'm cool with that. I'm not going to automatically say, oh, well, you walked in, automatically drops down to $20. Like, no, I'll do 30 in trade, and it's cool. And I think a lot of people appreciate that because right off the bat, I'm at least showing you the respect as soon as you walk in the door and saying your items are worth just as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So outside of that, you do you have a favorite store that like a favorite store, or you don't really care too much about it?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't, and it's no disrespect to any other shops. I don't pay attention to them. As far as I'm concerned, they're gonna do what they need to do to. They get their merchandise. They promote themselves the way they do. Cool. It's not my store though. Why am I gonna be paying attention to what you're doing? And again, it's not. It's
stay in lane, basically.
I basically stay in my lane. I'm gonna focus on growing us and our location as big as we can make it. And if someone else I hear they open up a second store, I go, good. I hope one day we get to that point too.
That's cool.
But I don't pay attention.
Are those
to
the plans for?
Eventually, yeah.
That's cool.
The goal
man.
is to eventually open up a second, third, fourth location. But we gotta focus on the one here and grow this one first.
Yeah, for sure. How many cabinets do you have for rent
Full cabinet? Okay, so there's...
that people can rent?
Hold on, I was going to say...
Or what can they rent?
We have cabinets, but we also rent out shelves. So it makes a difference. That's what it's like.
Oh.
So right here, this is...
2 vendors, three vendors.
There's 3 vendors in here. 3 different people.
Something like this, what does that run for?
Everybody's different. We do
Is
40
it-
to
is it
50
a-
bucks.
Gotcha.
And that's for the month. But if you take the whole thing, I just do 120. Because the majority of them have, if you notice, 4 shelves. So I'll just be like, all right, I'll give you a discount. I'll charge you one instead of it. You'll get basically that extra shelf.
120 a month.
Yeah.
Man, bro, that's affordable.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said.
I don't know why I thought in my mind right away, just thinking, I probably thought like 350.
So here's the thing. There are a lot of stores that, and it obviously depends on location as well. A lot of them start at 200, 300, and again, there's nothing wrong with that because they got bills to pay
Of
too.
course.
They gotta make it like that. Me, I'm blessed enough to have an alright rent that I'm like, alright, cool. And take into account again, a lot of these guys are just getting started. They for them they're like dropping $200 a month, and then maybe they're not making a crazy amount back. You know what? It
And
sucks.
it also gets competitive, right?
Yeah,
like, you know
absolutely.
what? Is there like a policy where you're like, you know what, this guy has PS2, or
No.
they can sell whatever
Here's
they want?
the thing. As far as I'm concerned, it is not right for me to. The only thing I will say that they can't sell is obviously anything illegal. Like if someone's like, I'm gonna sell weed, no, you're not gonna put weed in here, okay?
What about bootleg stuff?
So bootleg stuff? I do. Here's the thing. I don't approve of it, but I'm not like, for instance, if I know it's fake Pokemon cards, I'd be like, dude, get that out of here, you know? Or if you're gonna be doing, because let's be honest, like the Labubu, you know, you remember Lafufu and all that?
Yeah.
Not everybody knows. At one point, those things were hitting like $50, $70, $80, man. Those things are expensive.
Did you sell any here?
The cabinets did.
Oh, okay.
The
You didn't
cabinets
sell
did.
any?
Look, unless I got it super cheap, I would just put, and even then, let's just say Labubu, whenever at their peak they were hitting 50, 60, 70 bucks, I'd be like, bro, just give me 30, 40. Like, it's not my specialty. I'm not trying to get involved. Like, look, just get it out quick.
Yeah.
And I'd rather put that money towards more cards or more video games.